on EA Sports. Coming up, Ezekiel Elliott, fresh off 100 yards a week ago, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Detroit Lions. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Dallas Cowboys. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their defense played last week. They held their opponents to 3 points, and that was it. If they get anything comparable to that performance, this one's in the bag.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they've gone a full half season since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
Now Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So here are the Cowboys under head coach Jason Garrett as they get set for their first opportunity. They'll be led out by Dak Prescott, the 135th pick of the draft back in 2016 from Mississippi State.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Well, look now at the starters on the defensive side for the Lions. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Here's Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Well, using Zeke Elliott in the passing game, that's something Cowboy fans are getting used to. Last year, 77 receptions. And you think back to his rookie season, he had 32 and then 26 his second year. But he's really on the uptick.
40.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Elliott on first down going absolutely nowhere. He'll lose about 3 on the play. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Prescott gets this to the tight end, Jarwin. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. The tackle made there by Jared Davis. On 2nd down now. It's Elliott. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. 3rd and long for Prescott. This is caught. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd and goal, Prescott completes it to Jason Witten. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Prescott on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the this one out quickly to Amendola. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
From the 50, it's Stafford. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Stafford now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. They'll run with McKissick. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Leighton Vander Esch, 3rd in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year, there on the stop. And he's got Amendola on the connection. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now Prescott.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over to spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Prescott. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Prescott. Open man is Noah Brown. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A first down throw for Prescott. Caught by Cobb. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Prescott, and this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Prescott to throw it, and with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Tavon Austin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A first down carry here for Johnson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
250.
They go to Johnson again. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 3rd and 2. Stafford. Got a man. It's Amendola. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the... On 3rd down, it's Prescott. That's complete to Cobb. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first.
Check. Whip. Watch the whip.
This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs.
Ready? 280. Right there, 55. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Now a first down throw. Stafford looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here, as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game.
Hey, lady!
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On third down, Stafford, and he'll find Hall. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He got out of bounds, that's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And a big loss here as he's taken down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. He'll look to throw, and they're going to try the screen. It's complete, and he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser, who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.